How was class without us?
Go, Jake.
Let us know when we are.
Number 30, Jake Melvin.
Shit, I got to go off low power mode.
Tackled by number 99, Jalen Williams. Second down and 3 for the Dukes.
Hello and welcome everybody to Clarence D. Eastfield, home of, yes, the IHSA quarter-final between the York Dukes and the Palatine Pirates. We are about 7 minutes underway here. Palatine leads this one 3-0, but the Dukes are driving the ball on the 22-yard line, and an offsides on Palatine just now. Hello everybody and welcome to York Sports Network. I am Gavin Connolly, with me Josh Melvin, and we are so grateful and excited for this opportunity to stream York Dukes playoff football.
Yeah, we're very excited to be here. It's a great opportunity that the IHSA and NFHS, especially made by Dr. Shaheh Bagdasarian, the president of York. Thank you to him personally for letting us have this opportunity.
Now here's a give to Kelly Watson on the left side, and Watson almost breaking free, but he gets a pretty good gain in a first down.
Good job there. Nice off-tackle run by Watson, showing his explosive ability there to turn something that really wasn't a big hole or a big opportunity into a nice first down. And now the Dukes are driving after Palatine was able to drive down into the pretty deep into the Dukes territory for a field goal.
Now Vez on the quarterback, keeper straight up the middle and into the end zone, just like he did at Marist last weekend. Matt Veza knifing through the defense, doing damage with his legs. And on the first drive, the Dukes punch in the 6 points. What a drive and what a finish. Dukes on top 6-3 with an extra point upcoming.
Right there displayed what the Dukes have been great at all year. What a wonderful offensive line the Dukes have. Great job filling up or creating holes for Veza to fill, and he does a great job there, just using his athleticism to knife through the defense and score.
Point after is good. And that is the perfect drive for this Dukes offense led by Coach Fitz. We saw a lot of ground game last week, specifically with designed quarterback runs from Matt Veza, and more of the same here early. Veza taking it in on the ground.
Yeah, it really looks like Matt Veza has been studying some Justin Fields tape, or vice versa. Fields has really turned it up in the past couple of weeks, but they are really looking a lot like each other. They've always been known for their athleticism, both quarterbacks and Fields and Veza. Known for the athleticism, but has a great arm talent, especially at their levels. They've both done a great job throughout their careers, and Veza has really turned it on as of late, especially on the ground game. And as you said, he really turned the tides and changed and allowed the Dukes to be able to start dominating that game at Marist, which set up a 19-yard run for Kelly Watson to put the Dukes up 14-0 at the time, number 10 Marist, in Oaklawn at Marist. So what a job by him, and that was a 61-yard run. He was able to break free and use his speed to be able to accelerate past the second-level defenders, a lot like Justin Fields' 78-yard touchdown run against the Miami Dolphins. Both of them are playing their best football. But speaking of their best football, this Palatine offense is playing their best football by scoring 30 points or more in every game except at home versus St. Charles North to open up the season, when they scored only 26 points. So this Palatine offense is really looking to do damage on their second drive.
First drive for the Pirates. They were driving, but the Dukes ultimately held their ground in the red zone and only conceded a field goal.
It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Pirates at the 20-yard line.
If you watched our preview show yesterday, you would know this, but the Pirate offense is headlined by number 7. That's Dominic Ball. He is a junior running back, one of the fastest players in the state. Was an All-American track star as a sophomore in 4 different events. An extremely athletic kid. He got a lot of carries on the first drive and looking to do more damage here. Ball will be spotted at the 20-yard line. Here's the run to Ball. And he gets a couple.
Number 7, Dominic Ball runs into rush hour traffic.
Tackled by Drew Villard, number 13.
Yeah, as you were saying, Dominic Ball, amazing athlete, a All-American in 100, 200, 400-meter runs, and then also in the long jump. So an extremely athletic kid. He's going to go out into the slot here. And he's really been what's able to help Tommy Etler, who replaced senior Grant Dersnaw after he broke his leg in week 4. Helped Etler relieve the pressure off Etler so then he can really start to thrive. And Etler's been also playing great as of late.
Here is Etler, pump faking, now throwing to the far side, and sideline to nobody.
Looks like a miscommunication between him and number 5, the wide receiver, as it looks like it was trying to be an out and up route. So you get, in that case, it would have been Drew Villard to bite on the out route. Then number 5 would streak up the field for an open catch. They do that. The Dukes actually use that a lot with Luke Maylander and Charlie Speck last year, particularly second wide receiver move, and it really is helpful in setting up either out routes or deep routes later in the game. It's a great call, and that time it was just a bit miscommunication. And now the Dukes fans are getting loud.
3:24 remaining in the first. Dukes on top, 7-3. It's a big third down, just like you said. The home field advantage showing out. 4 wideouts on the field for Palatine. It's Elter. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to get wrapped up. John Rainier was ready for it, and a flag comes a-flying at the end. They're saying the ball came out at the end. The Dukes thinking they have it, and it's going to be a holding on the Pirates. So either way, the Dukes defense will likely be getting off the field a huge stand.
Yeah, great job by John Rainier, who's a captain and emotional leader of this defense. He's done a great job all year. He's nowhere near any of the biggest guys that you see. The difference between him and a guy we saw last week who's a Michigan commit, Jamel Howard, did a great job. Did a great job last week, John Rainier did, and it shows how good he is that despite being about 5 inches shorter and like 100 pounds lighter, he was still able to be just as effective as Jamel Howard was. So John Rainier's been great on the season. Same with that whole entire defense, and a good job by the linebackers there, too, to fill up the gap so Etler had nowhere to go. And it's time for a punt for Palatine.
Chris Danko back deep to return. It's a pretty high boot. Bounces at the 50-yard line, and that's where it will stay.
And that punt goes
down at the 48-yard line of Duke's territory. So that's where the second drive begins. 2:54 remaining.
And a great stand to flip the fields by the Dukes defense as they gave the Dukes offense a really short field to work with, and Veza's going to be looking to take advantage and really start to extend the lead here for York.
First play is a draw to Mellion, and Mellion pushed out of bounds after a gain of 7.
He was bumped out of bounds by number 1, Rocco Paddock. Gain of 8 on the play. It's 2nd and 2.
Good first run for the junior. Had another good game against Marist last week.
Yeah, he's been great this year. Kelly Watson has been injured a lot this year, sort of small things, so he hasn't missed a ton of time, but that has really given the Dukes confidence to be able to run with Mellion, even though Kelly, one of their better offensive players, hasn't been the most healthy all year.
Here's a screen pass to Luke Maylander, number 84. He caught a touchdown last week. Tackled immediately, but still falling forward to move the chains. You'll notice Palatine's cornerbacks giving a lot of separation between the Dukes defenders. Coach Fitz noticed that and called for the screen pass, and it worked out in their favor. Now 1st and 10 from the 42. Kelly Watson in the slot. Goes in the shotgun. It's a give to Mellion. Mellion falling down. His knee hit the ground. They're going to mark him down after a gain of 1.
Jake Mellion on the run. Number 11 reached down and tickled his shoestring. That was Trey Wilowski.
The Palatine defense is really skilled, and it starts with big number 99 on the edge there. That is Jalen Williams, who was a 4-star sophomore, 6'6", 280, with offers from Minnesota and Iowa.
Now trips on the far sideline. Veza looking to his sideline. 1:50 to play in this first quarter. Goes in the shotgun. He gives it back to Mellion. And a flag comes a-flying at the end.
On the run. He was tackled by number 11.
We'll see what the call
flag on the field.
is. Officials meeting to discuss.
And the call is a holding.
And it will be a holding call against the Dukes. And that's going to back him up a good few yards, making this a 2nd down and 18 now.
2nd and long for the
Obvious
Dukes.
frustration with this Dukes offensive line.
Right at the Dukes' chin. Or monocle, excuse me.
So this drive gets a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 18. Dukes still with 4 wide. Trying to spread out this Palatine secondary. Watson in motion. Either they're going to fake it. Now Veza's going to keep it up the middle. Palatine was ready. And Veza doesn't get a whole lot. Only a gain of 2.
He was stopped by number 9. Ryan.
That'll bring up a 3rd and very long for York.
Long for the Dukes.
This is where that big playability of York is still going to keep Palatine honest, because especially shown by Kelly Watson and Charlie Specht mainly, have been able to pull off huge plays, so the Dukes are definitely a threat to be able to convert this 3rd and extremely long.
Palatine trying to make some noise. Big play for the Dukes to keep this drive alive. Veza looking to throw. Good protection. He goes over the middle, and that is just out of reach for Charlie Specht, but the flag comes out and the crowd erupts.
There's a flag on the field.
Exactly what I was saying. Charlie Specht went on a post route. Great job there. And then number 2 got a little too greedy, trying to go for the ball. And instead of reaching the ball, because it was a little thrown too far towards the middle of the field away from Specht, he ran into Specht on his way, and you can't do that.
No.
And that's a penalty.
Grabbed the bottom of the jersey, prevented Specht from getting to that ball. That's going to be a flag 10 times out of 10 on any level of football.
Pass interference call against the Pirates. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Dukes.
So what is different from most sports is normally it's an automatic 1st down, but not in high school football. So it'll be a 3rd and 1 now. This time they give it to Melvin, and Melvin falling forward to get the 1st down. Under a minute to play here. Dukes weren't guaranteed a 1st down, but Melvin does the rest of the work, and this drive stays alive.
Yeah, good job by Melvin and the offensive line. Really just getting enough, getting a good push on this smaller Palatine defense. Now, we talked about big Jalen Williams, but the rest of this defense isn't really the biggest. If you look at their linebackers, they look more like DBs, but they're very fast. Whatever they lack in size, they make up in speed.
Veza up the middle again.
Number 9, Matt
Gets
Veza.
inside the 25-yard line.
By number 52, Ferraro. 2nd down for the Dukes, and 5 yards to go.
And the Dukes are content to just let the clock run out. That'll bring us to bring the 1st quarter to a close. York leads this one 7-3 after a rushing touchdown by quarterback Matt Veza. You're listening to York Sports Network. We'll be right back. Back to the action. Dukes with the football. 2nd and 5 from the 25-yard line. Matt Veza gives it to Melvin on the outside, and a flag comes out at the very end of the play. Lots of penalty flags early in this game, and I believe that may be another holding call against the Dukes. clearly that defensive line of Palatine causing some pressure and some mistakes early. And this is the second time on this drive that they're going to be backed up because of a holding call.
Yeah, this Palatine defensive line is very effective at stopping rushers. They've gone quite a few games in a row without letting any running backs be able to really tear them up, even though teams have had really good running backs like Hoffman Estates, Downers Grove South, and Minooka, who all have talented running games. They really haven't been able to do anything against this Palatine front.
Now 4 wide again for the Dukes. And a false start, I believe. Yeah, they're not even going to let the play go. Duke receiver went early. And the backwards march continues. Coach Fitz is shaking his head on the sideline.
If you're a big fan of YSN, you're probably a big fan of Tyler Nels. And in his videos, he always posts speeches from the coaches. And you always hear them talking about it's York versus York. And this is a play. This is a drive where York is losing to York. That's their 3rd or 4th penalty this drive. It's really putting them in horrible position here as they're back nearly where they started. They've only gained 10 yards in about 3 or 4 minutes worth of play, and they really haven't done a good job this drive, and they got to stop really hurting themselves in these positions if they're going to want to pull away from this Palatine Pirates team.
We'll see how they answer. They're going to start with a give to Watson. Watson makes one man miss, can't escape a second, and a good tackle by number 25, Michael Tokar, senior linebacker. Now it's going to be 3rd and long. Dukes need to get it to the 20 to keep this drive alive. They got one 3rd and 16 conversion. They're going to need another one here. Veza takes the snap. Immediate pressure, and down goes Veza. Palatine sideline erupts.
That's a sack by number 52 of the Pirates, Davion Faro.
That's number 52. That's Davion Faro. Jalen Williams was there to clean it up. And a big stand by the Palatine defense to get the Dukes offense off the field. And out comes the punting unit. Mason Belfens, number 14. Don't see him too often. We haven't seen him too often this season. And a good punt by Belfens, bouncing out at about the 24-yard line. So a couple of Dukes mistakes on offense combined with great defensive pressure leading to a sack puts this Dukes drive to bed. And with 9:54, Palatine takes over. First down is a give to Dominic Ball. Ball has some space, using his speed to get to the 35. And a good first run for Ball.
Number 7, Matt Sutter, and number 2, Jacob Young. It's a first down for the Pirates.
Yeah, the Palatine offensive line has been really good all year at opening up holes for Dominic Ball to use his speed. And once it gets to that second level, you're done for. So you got to not let it happen.
Tommy Elter throwing on this one. Gain of about 3.
Nate Branch, tackled by number 4, Evan Grazzini.
Nate Branch with the catch and run for 4. 2nd and 6 upcoming. And Palatine in no hurry to get to the line. Elter looking to the sideline. Ball stands behind him. Ball to the right of Elter now. Elter looking to throw again down the far sideline. That is caught. And a big play by number 14. That's Connor May. Just a simple go route on the sideline using his height to jump over the linebacker. And all of a sudden, Palatine is driving here in the second quarter.
Palatine's offense has done really good away from home this year. They've been extremely successful, averaging 44.4 points per game away from Palatine.
Elder with a screen pass now to Ball, but the Dukes were ready. The defensive line wrapping up Ball way behind the line of scrimmage. Drew Villard, David Locke, Ashton Araki all in there to bring him back behind the line of scrimmage. Now he's 2nd and 15. Trying to bring some energy into this crowd. Here's Elto looking to throw again, and he's got his man. It's Branch. Stays on his feet and picks up the first down. Or excuse me, that is Connor May.
Yeah, great.
May with a good catch and run, able to tiptoe down the sideline.
Down, Duke fans. Let's get loud.
3rd and short now for Palatine.
I can't hear you.
Now they give it to Ball. Ball straight up the middle. Gets the first down and a couple more. Falling forward at the 25-yard line. Palatine putting their faith in the hands of their running back, and he delivers. The drive continues for the Pirates.
Yeah, great job there. Palatine flexing their offensive muscles. They've been a great offensive team all year, and it's going to be a shootout here today at Clarence D. East Field if Palatine's going to have a chance to win, because the Dukes are very successful in defensive struggles.
Elter's pass, far sideline. A quick out route is caught.
Number 6, Jacob McDonald. Pass was thrown by number 16, Tommy Elter. And again, it was
Elter
number
throwing a
13,
lot of
Michael Landry,
passes
number 6
despite
with
the
block,
cold.
making the stop there.
No glove out there either. Got to imagine.
2nd and 3 for the
That's got to be
Pirates.
tough to grip the football and catch the football, no less, as well.
Definitely, that's a tough task, but it's really helped the Palatine offense for him to power through and be able to do it and have success doing it, because that's going to open up space, keep the linebackers and the cornerbacks and safeties honest so they can't come screaming down every time, to make sure that they stop Dominic Ball.
Now a 2nd and 3, 6:30 to play. Elter looking far sideline again, and another quick pass is caught. Palatine receivers being very active early. This one was Thomas Cornelius. Moving the chains for the Pirates. Palatine executing a lot of just quick passes, quick out routes, quick slants, quick fades. And it is working right now. The Dukes defense on their heels. We've seen this bend don't break mentality before, though. Now on first down, they give it to Ball. Ball makes one man miss, but he's not going to make any more miss. Good pressure from the front four of the Dukes. Tackled by Joe Reef and Evan Grazzini. Gain of 1.
Great job there by the defensive line, which has been so successful all year with previously mentioned John Rainier, Joe Reef right there, Danny Dalek, as well as David Locke, who's more of an outside linebacker, but he's been playing down and less in coverage so far this season after his return from injury. So this team's been big and really good in front to disallow any sort of runs, and they haven't allowed more than 2 touchdowns in regulations all year. So definitely, as you said, a bend don't break mentality here for the Dukes.
Now a timeout called by
the Pirates. And
by Palatine, and with 5:01, we will take a quick break. Palatine driving in the red zone when we come back. Welcome back, everybody, to York Sports Network. 5:01 remaining in the first half. Dukes lead this one 7-3, but Palatine looking to make some noise, put some points up on the board. They have 4 wide, ball on the 10-yard line. Elto looking to throw. That's a fade and incomplete, but a flag comes out at the very end. That's going to be pass interference on the Dukes. Pass intended for number 10. That's Nate Branch.
Yeah, Matt Satter there going palms up on that one, which you got to understand in the moment, but that's going to be a penalty every time, no matter if it was actually them tripping or Matt Sutter pushing them over in some form or fashion. It's just if you're right next to the wide receiver and then they fall over with the ball nearby, it's most likely going to be a pass interference. So unfortunate play out for the Dukes there, but that's a penalty you're going to look back and regret. But it's a 2nd down and short here, and the Dukes are looking to keep Palatine out of the end zone.
Ball spotted at the 5 now. It's going to be a direct snap to Branch. Branch is going to try and power it in, but he is stopped.
Number 10, Nate Branch with the run. He's met at the line.
Number 6, David
Number 2,
Locke,
Jacob Young, and number
able to
78,
stop him.
Joe Reed.
That'll bring up a 3rd down.
3rd down, Duke fans. Let's get loud.
Crowd on their feet here at Clarence D. East. Can the Dukes make another red zone stop? It's Branch in the Wildcat again. He's going to run, and did he get it? I don't think he did.
I think he got the 1st down. I think he's a yard past the 1st down at the 1.
Got the 1st down, so it's 1st and goal.
He did. He got the 1st down, not the touchdown. So the ball, it'll be 1st and goal from the 1 now. Now an injury timeout on the field. So we will take a quick break. You're listening to York Sports Network. Welcome back, Dukes fans. 4 minutes remaining in this first half. It is goal line stand time for the Dukes. 1st and goal for Palatine on the 1. It's another Wildcat to Branch. This time he gets in. 3rd time's the charm for Palatine. And they regain this lead here late in the first half. A 1-yard run by the tight end, number 10, Nate Branch.
Yeah, that was a great job there by the Palatine offense. Not really changing it up too much, but as you said, 3rd time's the charm, and they were finally able to punch it in and successfully score on this drive, really turning the momentum back when it looks like the Dukes were about to go up 14-0 with their field, or 14-3 with their field position and other factors.
Point after is good, and now it's a 10-7 Pirate lead.
And that was a close one, and keep an eye out for these PATs. If there is a weakness on this Palatine Pirates team, it's going to be that, because in 6 games this year, 6 of the 11 games, so the majority of the games, they've either missed a PAT or had a PAT blocked, which is a huge issue, especially when you look at their 1 loss, where they lost by a grand total of 1 point. So that's not great whenever you're looking at your PAT unit. So that's going to be something that Mr. Coach Egan, the special teams coordinator, is going to be looking at, trying to take advantage of and be able to block. And they were very close there, and they're going to keep going all day. So expect some weird scoring numbers from Palatine, because there's most likely going to be a blocked PAT or 2 with how good this Duke special teams sector has been all season.
Kickoff upcoming. And muffed by Kelly Watson. Able to recover it at the 10-yard line. Now turning upfield using his speed. Staying on his feet. And gets a pretty good return. Hit hard out of bounds. Actually by the kicker.
Yeah, something Kelly's shown he's been able to do is change the tide with kickoffs, as he did that in the Glenbard West game here at York Stadium. So great job by him there to be able to recover from his mistake early on with the muffed punt. Or the muffed kickoff, I should say.
First down and 10 is a give to Watson, and a big play made by number 9. That's Ryan Wagner. He knew what was coming, and he was able to stuff Kelly.
Yeah, great job. This Palatine defensive line has been doing awesome so far today. Has really been successful in stopping the Dukes' stellar running game, which has run for over 200 yards 5 times this season.
We'll see how the Dukes respond now. 2nd and 10 from the 24. Veza's going to throw this. Oh, and he's going to come back to his left side. It's caught by Mancini. Mancini turning upfield, gets a block. Mancini into Palatine territory. Mancini inside the 30. Tackled down at the very end, but not before a gain of 45 yards. What a creative play call drawn up by Coach Fitz. And Anthony Mancini does the rest, taking bodies with him. And a huge play to shift the momentum. What a turn of events here. Crowd on their feet, and the Dukes are hurrying back to the line of scrimmage. Veza now with another quick screen to Maylander, who he's tackled out of bounds at the 25.
Yeah, great job there by Mancini on that one. Able to accelerate from the defensive lineman who's left on an island, and a great job there by Veza to sell the run, and the rest of the offensive line to sell the run, so it leaves that wide open in the second level. And a good job by Dom Bagora, the Washington University commit, to be able to get up to the next level and provide that block, which created a play that probably would have been 10 to 12 yards to one that was 40 to 50 yards.
11 personnel for the Dukes. It's a read option taken by Veza, tackled by Williams.
Number 9, Matt Veza on the run. He was stopped by number 99, Jalen Williams. It's 3rd down for the Dukes. 4 yards to go.
Dukes are definitely looking to score here to try and keep the momentum and take a lead going into the next going into halftime, because they trust in this Dukes defense keeping Palatine out of the end zone in such little time they would have left if the Dukes are able to convert on a touchdown, and especially the 3rd down here.
Dukes need 4 to move the chains. Watson to the right of Veza in the backfield. They give it to Watson, who I believe picks up the 1st down.
Number 1, Kelly Watson on the run. Tackled by number 99, Jalen Williams.
And they're going to give it to him.
Down, Dukes.
Good 1st down run there, getting that push and making sure that the contact comes past the line of scrimmage.
Now here is a quarterback draw to Veza. Veza using that lower body power.
9, Matt Veza on the keeper. He was pushed out.
Not afraid of contact. He's evolved so much as a runner these past couple of years. Just getting stronger and more physical, able to absorb that contact and keep moving, which not a lot of quarterbacks can do.
Definitely. He looks a lot like a Jalen Hurts back there, with his ability to get low and really drive and use leverage to be able to get past offense or defensive linemen and linebackers that are bigger than him trying to take him down.
There's a flag.
A flag. It's going to be a false start on the Dukes. York, normally a very disciplined team, being caught with a lot of mistakes here early. False starts and holding penalties costing them some yards.
Definitely, the Dukes have not done a good job in in continuing their discipline they've had all season. There was a couple of messy drives in the DGN game in their first real opponent all season, but since then they've done a really good job. But so far today, the Dukes have been extremely undisciplined, and we'll see if it comes back to bite them.
Veza looking to throw now on 2nd and 9. Pressure off the edge. Now he dumps it off to Watson. Watson breaks one tackle, but eventually stopped after about no gain. Good play by Veza, though, to get the ball out fast, feeling the pressure, and making the responsible play just to dump it off to Watson.
Yeah, good job there. You'd wish a little more yards out of that, but it is what it is on a broken play like that, and a great job by Jalen Williams to wreck that play. That was really impressive.
70 seconds remaining in this first half. 3rd and 9. Veza fakes the throw, and he is tackled, dropped by Jalen Williams. What a force he's been in this first half. Veza tried to take advantage of Palatine dropping 7, but Williams says not today. 4th and 9 now.
Yeah, great job by Williams. And the Dukes look like they're going for it on a 4th and 9 here, really trying to gain momentum and take a lead here. They're not just going to settle for points in this windy, cold afternoon here in West Elmhurst.
And they're not taking a timeout either. They have not taken a single timeout this first half until now.
Timeout called by the Dukes.
So with 19 seconds, we'll see if Coach Fitz sends his offense back out. This has been a pretty fast-moving first half, to say the least.
Very much so, as a lot of runs and a lot of plays in between the numbers have allowed the Dukes and Palatine to be able to run through this first half very speedily. I'm pretty sure that's a word.
And as the weather has been changing and the temperature is dropping, we've seen the Dukes shift to a much more run-heavy offense, especially starting with last week against Marist, where it was both cold and windy. Just a recap of that last game. The Dukes, it took them 2 overtimes to defeat Marist, 27-21. Capped off with a Matt Veza rushing touchdown, and also highlighted by a fake field goal by Marist, which was stopped at the goal line in overtime by the Dukes defense. What a great game that was. An instant classic for sure, going down in the Dukes history books. But that's in the past for most of these Dukes players' minds. They are just focused on the game at hand. And a 4th and 9, the offense is going to stay out on the field. Veza's going to drop back, facing pressure immediately. Now rolls out to his left. Has Green in front of him. Is he going to throw it? No, he's going to keep it on the ground. And he bowls over a man. Did he get the first down? It's going to be close. The ball came flying out of bounds at the end.
Looks like he did, as he is right there at the 8-yard line.
It's going to come up to the officials now. There's 7 seconds left in the half, whether he got it or not.
That was very close, and good decision by Veza. A lot of people would have seen, I think that was Charlie Speck streaking at the back of the end zone, trying to get his attention for a scramble drill, but that would have been a crossbody throw, throwing against your momentum. And as Brett Favre proved through his entire career, that's not really the best of decisions. So good safe call there, and using his athletic ability too.
We'll see. No, they stopped him. And the Palatine sideline erupts. And they're going to go into the half with the lead. Wow. Coach Fitz takes a gamble, and it was inches away from paying off. The Dukes come up empty-handed after a promising drive.
Definitely, the Palatine crowd is very excited to see that. The Duke fans over here on the south side of the field are not too thrilled about the decision, as it looked like when Veza dove, he was able to get there. But admittedly, it was very close, and they decided to call it short. And a good job by Palatine's defense, who's been amazing. And now the offense is going to take us into half with a 3-point lead for the Pirates. A shocker so far, as the feeling around York so far this week has been trying to get to that semifinal and thinking not much of this Palatine team, but this Palatine team is nothing to sneeze at, as they've played a harder schedule than the Dukes based on record with opponent win percentage of .594 versus the Dukes 550. So Palatine's played a tougher schedule, and they've had some great wins like home versus St. Charles North 26-14, as well as absolutely dominating the Demons of Dukes last season, Minooka Township out there in Minooka, going there and beating them 47-14. And this team's really playing their best football, and that's what it's about in the playoffs for really any sport, and especially football when it's only one game. You got to be playing your best football, and Palatine has been as of late, and they've been really good on all facets in all areas so far this year on offense and defense. And it's going to be interesting to see how the Dukes respond and how they change up their game plan going into the second half.
Yeah, you know, but just like you said, Palatine's hot right now, 7 in a row for the Pirates. And yeah, you know, just like you said, York not too familiar with Palatine, and a lot of people had questions about Palatine's schedule. 0 opponents that were in the 8A playoffs, but they are a force to be reckoned with, have a very, very good offense, as you're seeing here. And the Dukes have the work cut out for them in the second half. Definitely made some of their own mistakes, but Palatine has proven to be very tough. It's going to definitely come down to the wire again. We should be in for a great quarterfinal finish. You're listening to York Sports Network. We're going to take a quick halftime break. We will see you in 13 minutes.
First competition tomorrow. Good luck, ladies. second half of IHSA quarterfinal.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to York Sports Network. Second half just about underway. I am Gavin Connolly, with me Joshua Melvin. The Dukes trail this quarterfinal 10-7 going into the third quarter. Palatine doing a pretty good job of controlling possession in that second quarter, marching all the way down the field to score the quarter's only touchdown. The Dukes were actually stopped on fourth down with less than a minute to play, but they will start with the football
the Pirates is number 14,
in the second half.
Yeah, the Dukes looking to turn around. It's just looking very reminiscent of last year's playoff game against Minooka, where the Dukes could possibly have underestimated an opponent, and they are winning despite a worse record.
Here's the catch at the 30-yard line with number 23, Adam Fennell. He is taken out at the 35, hit hard, and the flag comes a flying. A huge mental block by the Palatine special teams, and that's going to cost them quite a few yards. The Dukes with great field position. Looking at some first half stats, the Dukes rushed the ball 20 times in that first half for 97 yards, only throwing the ball 4 times. Those completed all 4 of his passes for 35 yards. On the other side of the field, it was Dominic Ball with 9 rushes for 36 yards.
At the 49-yard line.
And Elter completed 11 of 12 passes for 103. First play of the second half is a run from Melvin, who was hit hard.
Number 30, Jake Mellion on the run.
After a good gain, however.
99, Jalen Williams.
Yeah, another time where the Dukes are in good field position here. Looking to take advantage, though, for the first time of good field position of their few drives so far today. With field position as good as this, they have yet to convert when they've had this good.
Mellion to the right side.
And number 30, Jake Mellion on the run.
Tackled by number 9, Ryan Wagner. He had a good first half as well. Had a couple tackles for loss. Gets another one there. Now it'll be 3rd and 4. Big 3rd down for the Dukes now here. Beza changing the protection. Watson in the slot. He's going to keep it himself. Beza makes one man miss and picks up the first down.
Number 9, Matt Beza on the run for the Dukes. Tackled by number 99, Jalen Williams. But not before Matt ran for a first down. Dukes.
Now Beza moving to his left, using his legs again, gets to the edge and picks up
Number
about
9,
7.
Matt Beza on the run. He was tackled by number 12, Hayden Weimer. Second down for the Dukes. Gain of 7 yards on the play.
Great job by Beza, be able to get the edge on that one, pick up a lot of yards to make it a 2nd and short. And I bet the Dukes are probably going to be looking to pass here pretty soon, as they've been setting it up with the run all day.
Mellion still in the backfield. And he gets the ball again, but he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage by number 11. That's Trey Widlowski.
Brings up a 3rd down for the Dukes.
Another 3rd and short for York upcoming.
A great job there. Is the block shedding of these linebackers has been one of the most impressive things all year or all game today for Palatine. They've been amazing. They've been amazing all game, and they just have really had an impact on this typically stellar Dukes run game.
Definitely winning the line of scrimmage battle here. Now another give by Veza. Veza keeping it himself and picking up the first down and more. Tackled after a gain of 10. Another quarterback power to the left side. That's the strength of their offensive line. And Veza just using blockers to plow ahead to keep this drive alive. Watson runs off the field at the very end. Now the Dukes are in business. Ball spotted at the 23. 9 minutes to go. Another ground give to Melvin. Melvin stays on his feet.
Number 30, Jake Melvin on the run.
Jalen Williams has really been dominant, looking like another former number 99 in a Ohio State looking uniform. That would have been Chase Young. I'm pretty sure he wore 99 for the first couple.
Number 2, I believe.
But for his senior year, I think he was number 99 for the first couple of years of his career. And when he really started to burst on the scene, and he's been dominant like that as a young underclassman for Palatine.
On second down, it's a throw to the flat to Anthony Mancini, the tight end. A flag comes flying.
It's going to be a holding on Charlie Speck.
Tackles made by number 22, JD
The whistles, or excuse me, the refs not shy about blowing their whistles in this game.
Definitely not. Has there been more penalties in this game than we've seen for a lot of the season?
And that's going to back up the Dukes again. We saw this issue in a couple of their first half drives, where they got some momentum, then holding calls backed them up and forced a big play. And we're seeing that a little bit again here. Now a 2nd and 11. Melvin goes to the sideline, is replaced by Watson. A lot of space given by the Palatine defensive backs. Veza's going to throw. Veza's going to throw a screen to Watson. Watson at the 15, pushed out. Out about the 14.
Thrown by number 9, Matt Veza. Pushed out of bounds by number 9, Ryan Wagner.
Palatine doing a good job of getting to Veza, forcing him only really to throw screens. We see the screen to Maylander. We've seen one to Mancini. Just now one to Watson.
Yeah, definitely. They've been really good on the pass defense all season, running a ton of cover 4. This pass defense has been really successful all year. It's a great defense of Palatine, and they've really shown it off here today, limiting the Dukes to not a lot of pass attempts or yards.
On 3rd and 1, it's Veza again. The ball might have come out there at the end, however.
Number 9, Matt Veza on the
And it's going to go to Palatine. Oh, no.
The officials ruled that.
I thought he was down there.
A little slight play there. Everyone thought Veza was down, but the officials are ruling it a fumble. The ball goes to Palatine. And what a play made by the defense at the very end. Not giving up on the play. Gives the ball back to the visitors. And both sides of the football, they have come into Elmhurst and have not been afraid. They get the ball back now on the 6-yard line with a 3-point lead. Obviously no instant replay or review, so they can't challenge that. Now back to work is their offense.
Pass caught by number 10, Nate Brandt.
And this York crowd is stunned. The Dukes were going in. And what seemed like a drive that was destined for points of any sort, whether it was a touchdown or a field goal, but a quick turnover shifts the momentum.
Now they're probably going to pound the ball with their star running back, Dominic Ball, since they have all the momentum. Ball's in their favor. They already got a first down, and they're going to just run time off the clock as they're going to try and suppress this Dukes offense as much as they can and not give them the chance to come back on the field.
4 wide for Palatine, but they give it to Dominic Ball anyways. He pushes it all the way out
Number 7, Dominic Ball on the run. He was
to the far right side of the field, but he is stopped on first down after a gain of 2.
Yeah, good job there by Sutter, able to track Ball all the way and finish the tackle. And it's really hard to get a tackle on this guy with his speed and change of direction ability. for him to be able to speed up to how fast he can get and slow down all the way. It's really impressive, and that's really what makes him special in a running back, because you need that long speed for big plays, but for the majority of the time you're not getting up to full speed as a running back. So that change of speed is really, really good. He's great at it, and a good job by Sutter to stop that and keep that run to a minimum.
Duke's jumping around on the sideline, trying to keep warm on this windy afternoon. Etler looking to throw, firing downfield, and that is caught at about the 35-yard line by number 6. Or excuse me, that's number 5, Thomas Carrenos.
By number 7, Matt Sutter.
Sutter was there to make the play, but good concentration by Carrenos to secure the ball despite the cold. Sutter had a great game last week, arguably his best of the season, had an interception at Marist, and had great positioning and coverage to really take away the strengths of the Marist wide receivers, trying to have an impact in this game as well.
Definitely, Etler's done a great job as a junior, and this Palatine team has a bright future for next year with him starting next season.
Now Etler to the far sideline again, and there is Sutter with a pass deflection.
Complete pass, defended by number 7, Matt Sutter.
Good coverage all around by the Dukes. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Got some confidence there and tried to risk it, fitting in a tight window between Reese and Sutter, and a good job by them to deflect it.
Now Branch in motion on 2nd and 10. 6:10 remaining in this third quarter. Etler to the air again, and that's a quick strike. That's caught by Connor May, short of the first down. A quick little stick concept just to get some yards. Now it'll bring up a 3rd and 5.
Third down, Duke fans. Let's get loud.
Etler's hand has to be numb by this point with this wind and cold. But now a big 3rd and 5. The Duke's defense trying to get a stop here. This crowd kind of trying to give them some life. Etler to throw. And incomplete, broken up by Cole Ostendorf.
Great job there by Evan Grazzini to come off the edge. And Etler kept dropping back, which made it hard for the tackle to block him, who's just trying to send Evan Grazzini around the back of the pocket. But Etler didn't stop backing up, so he had to force that throw. Gave it a little high to number 14, and we wasn't able to convert on the one-handed catch behind his back, which is totally understandable for a high school player, as that is conceived as difficult.
Etler forced to throw off his back foot because of the pressure, and the underneath route was just not there. Now 4th and 5. Out comes the punter. And a high snap. Able to get it away, however. Bounces at the 30. And rolls all the way to the 20 of York. Danko just lets it roll wisely.
By number 16, Tommy.
And a good chance here for the Dukes to be able to break away and take the lead, as Palatine has really been dominating the Dukes ever since they scored that touchdown and going up 7-3. Obviously, Palatine scored that one touchdown, which has yet to be answered to by the Dukes, but then also a couple of quite a few defensive stops, a turnover and downs, as well as forcing that fumble. The Palatine defense has played really well, and the offense hasn't been too bad themselves with their just a good play, just the defense outplaying them. So the Dukes to come away here with the chance to take the lead after being dominated for about 4 or 5 drives is really impressive, and they need to take advantage of this opportunity.
It's Bez on the ground, making a couple people miss. Gets it all the way out to the 27.
He was tackled by number 11, Trey Widlowski. Gaining 9 yards on the play. It's 2nd down.
Ball spotted at the 29, excuse me. So gain of 9 on 1st down. And a great first run by the dual threat QB.
I'm looking to pass here soon because you've been running the ball a lot, especially with Vezzo. To change it up just to keep the defense honest is going to be good.
Well, they're not going to do that. They're going to keep it with Vezzo, but he picks up the first down.
Scampers for a 1st down. Dukes. Tackle made by number 12, Aiden Weimer.
A good first down picked up by Vezza. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Basically, everything's been on the ground for the Dukes tonight.
Definitely, the Duke's offense has been mainly focused on that run game as it has been for the past couple of games, which isn't necessarily bad, but you need to change it up every once in a while. But the run defense really comes in handy whenever the weather's cold and it starts to hurt to catch the football.
Here's a give to Melvin, and he is stuffed by Jalen Williams.
Number 30, Jake Melvin on the run. He was stopped by number
Out of
99,
his
Jalen
mind
Williams.
today, the sophomore, the difference maker here.
Up a second
Yeah,
down for the
he
Dukes.
missed last game for unknown causes in the Palatine second round against Manuka. Obviously, it seems like they didn't need him there as they won by by 33 points. So great job by them. And great job by their defense to deal without him, but they've really liked the help today.
Now Veza to the air, dumps it off to Mancini. Again, he is tripped up at the 30-yard line. Now 2nd and 10.
Pass caught by number 30, Jake Melvin, tackled by.
That's
2nd and 10 becomes 3rd and 10.
A pass caught by
3rd and
number
9,
38,
excuse me.
Anthony Mancini,
And the Dukes
third down
backed
for the
up in their own territory. Really need to come up with some answers offensively.
And a great job there by Palatine's defense, but the Dukes are just consistently running the ball, and they've tried to change it up every once in a while with this. But when you change it up, that means change it. It doesn't mean go to the same play that worked before, because then they're going to be ready for it, especially teams like this. Palatine, which is an extremely good team, they're 10-1 for a reason. They're able to adjust mid-game, and they read that like a book and was able to get it.
Here's Veza, complete to Charlie Specht at the 41-yard line.
Charlie Specht with the catch.
There
And
we
a
go.
quick little in route over the middle.
Michael
Strength on
Tokar.
strength.
First
And the senior
down.
duo connects for a very, very important first down.
Yeah, essential there to keep the chains moving and get the life back in this offense.
Now Veza on first down. It's going to be a give to Watson. Good blocking downfield. Watson trying to turn it upfield. Hurdles a man and gets all the way to the 50.
Number 1, Kelly Watson on
Great
the run,
patience
tackled
by
number
Watson.
9, Ryan Wagner.
And it gives him
Second
a
down for the
fortunate
Dukes.
gain. Gain of, I believe, of 8 on the play. And just what you like to see, a couple of big gains there. What you'd consider chunk plays given the conditions. The Duke's offense getting some momentum. And there. Whoa.
And the ball is secured by number 1, Kelly Watson.
Good job to
Brings
fall
up
on
a
top
third
of
down
it
for the
there,
Dukes.
but another fumble, another opportunity missed by the Dukes due to their own not necessarily
Miscues?
fortunes. Miscues. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Due to their own miscues. The Dukes have really done that well, which is not necessarily something you want to be good at in this circumstance in the quarterfinals. The Dukes are attempting to reach their third ever state semifinals, the other years being 2008 and 1995. Both very good teams that made it to the state semifinals, but no further.
Empty backfield for York. Now Watson in motion. It's going to be a fake sweep. And Veza kept it himself, and
Number
he
9,
is
Matt
stuffed
Veza on the
again.
run. Stopped by a whole gang of Pirates, led by number 55, Philip Rowland.
So now a
Fourth
fourth down and 2, and out comes the punt unit for the Dukes. Palatine celebrating on their sideline. Seems like a victory for them. And the fumble kind of jarring that offensive rhythm that the Dukes had. Fortunate to fall on it, but unable to pick up the first down, and just too risky and too much time left to really go for it at midfield. Now here's Mason Balfans with a nice booming punt. Fielded at the 12 and tackled at about the 16-yard line.
And that punt was recovered by number 2, Josh.
So 25
Weissman.
seconds
He was
left in this
tackled by
third
number
quarter.
23, Adam Fennell.
2 drives for York,
And number
ending up with 0 points, and 1 drive for Palatine, also without scoring. It's been a defensive slugfest so far, and that's the type of game that the Dukes love to play. However, not used to being behind in these situations. Another game that's going to come down to the wire. Palatine going to get a few more plays in before the end of the third quarter. It's a handoff to Dominic Ball, and he is stuffed. Boy, the Dukes have done great at limiting him today.
Dominic Ball on
Yeah, good job by David Locke, who is a preseason Dick Butkus Award winner, which means he was one of the top 51 linebackers in the state, and a great job for him to come back and be able to have an impact he has after missing nearly the whole season with injury. And he's really been that extra force the Dukes have needed, and making a play there, showing his presence.
And that'll be the end of the third quarter. No change on the scoreboard. Palatine still leading this one by 3. Going to be a slugfest of a fourth quarter. You're listening to York Sports Network for the IHSA Class 8A quarterfinal.
It's the fourth quarter. Duke fans, let's get loud.
Fourth quarter action just getting underway. That's Tommy Etler looking to throw. Incomplete. That pass was intended for number 7. That is Dominic Ball. Ball.
Good job there to set Palatine up in a 3rd and long deep inside their own territory. Now the Dukes need to just finish the job to give their offense another chance to be able to take the lead despite being outplayed so far today.
A game of chess between these two coaches. Dukes trying to play the field position game, but they need to get this stop on 3rd down. Student section on their feet, sideline jumping around, trying to rattle the Pirates of Palatine. Ball in motion. Etler to the air again, facing pressure, now forced to run, now firing downfield, and it's caught by Branch inside the 40 at the 35, 30, 25, 20. Still not down. Just jogging down the sideline. But I thought that, I'm pretty sure that Etler was over the line of scrimmage when he threw that pass. That's why I was caught off guard. But no, they're going to say it was a holding instead. So a big gain by Nate Branch, but it is all for naught. And the Pirates will have a 3rd and even longer now.
And that's why you didn't hear any big celebration from the Palatine sideline, even though there was a huge play and a momentum turner and a field flipper. But it was close there, as you said. It also looked like to me that that was going to be called back for that reason, that he was past the line of scrimmage when he saw it. But this is even worse for Palatine. That was a holding. Ashton Narockley nearly got there in the sack, but was held by the right tackle.
Now a 3rd and 20, ball marked on their own 7. Empty backfield, Etler to throw again. Facing pressure, and down he goes in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety for the Dukes. Ashton Narocki with the big play. The sideline going crazy. And oh boy.
Number 15, Ashton.
Yeah, what a job there by the defensive line, stepping up in the moment that they needed to. And they were back against, and Palatine's back was against the wall, and the Dukes really finished the job and was able to kill off that drive. And now one of the biggest momentum swingers in all of sports is going to be the safety, because not only do the Dukes score 2 points, but then they get the ball back on a weird drop kick punt thing. I don't know who came up with that rule, but instead of a normal kickoff, it's a drop kick from Palatine that'll give the Dukes the ball, and it's going to give them an opportunity to really go up big here, as they'll most definitely go for 2 if they score here, putting them up 7 and stretching that lead and blowing this wide open despite, and a great play by the defenses. Both defenses have been showing up today and really stifling the offenses.
When in doubt, count on the Dukes defense. Another huge play made by senior defensive lineman Ashton Narocki. Had by far his best game of the year last week against Marist. with 3 sacks and 4 tackles for loss. And just another huge play there, a sack in the end zone to give the Dukes 2 points and cut the lead to 1. And what that does when your defense makes a play like that, it just gives the offense so much momentum. They're going to come out much more confident and have much less of a burden on their back, knowing that they're only down by 1. It's also important because now a field goal no longer ties the game. It would put the Dukes up by 2. So a huge, huge, huge play. Here comes the punt from Palatine. It's going to be Etler with it. Etler sends this one away. And that's fielded by Danko at the 25. Danko turning upfield. Danko with blockers. Danko at the 45, now pushed out of bounds. And that's exactly what the Dukes wanted. And that's exactly why the drop kick punt after the safety is so big, because it sets the offense up with great field position. And we'll see what the Dukes can work with here.
Definitely, and for the 3rd time today, they've started in between their own 45 and 50-yard line, and the 50-yard line. So the Dukes looking to convert here. There's a couple of missed opportunities, but they can get rid of their their demons by converting here and taking the lead.
First down run is Veza, another quarterback power. Palatine has no answers for that left side of the offensive line with Dominic Bagora and Ellis McAdoo.
Approximately 6 yards on the play.
Just clearing out so much room. Gain of 6 by Veza.
Yeah, they've really been the stars of the show so far today, as this has been a grinded out game for the Dukes offense. A couple of good throwing plays and a couple of wide screens and off-tackle runs, but those power runs has really been successful, especially to that side, as you've said.
They're going to run that same play and get the same result. Veza moves the chains by himself.
Number 9, Matt Veza on the run is tackled by.
As the saying goes, why stop when it's being successful? Or, in other words, don't fix what isn't broke.
This offensive line has really turned it around this second half, getting a much better push, creating a lot of room for Veza to run. Now Melvin stays on his feet, down the sideline. Jake Melvin, touchdown, Dukes! Stands up untouched. The junior turns on the Jets and gives this Dukes football team the lead back.
Does the Derrick Henry special. You're getting tackled low, doesn't matter. You stick out your palm and you shove his face into the ground and keep on going. What a play by Jake Melvin. Be able to turn on the Jets and make sure no defensive back catches him. What a job there, and what a job by him to be able to break this play in this game wide open with a huge run. That's what the Dukes have been waiting for all day, and why they've been using the running game for nearly every snap today.
The safety changing the momentum, and then the big run by Jake Melvin, really turning the tides, putting the Dukes up by 5, maybe 6, or maybe 7, excuse me. The offense is on the field going for 2, and wisely so. But wow, 2 bang plays, and the game just turns on its head.
And that's a momentum swing, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow,
and the Dukes were able to convert on both ends and create huge plays.
Now on the 2-point conversion, that is caught by Maylander. What a throw by Veza. Rolling out to his right and throwing a dime. Now the Dukes lead this one by 7, and this crowd erupts.
Number 9, Matt Veza.
Now all of a sudden, the pressure being felt by Palatine's offense, and with 10:20 to go, they're going to have to answer the bell now.
Yeah, those bootlegs have been really useful in helping Veza be able to be his most effective in there, and drops an absolute beautiful dime to Luke Maylander, able to just float it right over the top of the safety and taunt him with being so close, but then right into the chest for Maylander to make it easy and put the Dukes up a total of 7 points and really take control of the game with only 10 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here today.
10 points in 2 minutes, and most importantly, the confidence and the energy is restored in this Dukes team and this fan base. Now everyone on their feet.
A good play there by Drew Villard to take him down.
Number 5, Thomas Coroneos on the return. He was tackled
on
by
the
number
kickoff.
5, Sean Witten, and number 13. Excuse me, number 4, Evan Grazzini on the tackle. First down for the Pirates at the 27-yard line.
The Dukes are going to, or the Pirates are going to start at the 27-yard line here, looking to really bring the momentum back in their favor.
Let's get loud.
Now Palatine feeling the pressure, and the Duke student section letting them hear it. First and 10 from the 27. Etler to throw again, as caught and intercepted! Intercepted by David Locke. Now Locke trying to take it back. Locke at the 30. Locke tackled at the 27, and this place explodes again.
You can see in the Duke sideline all the emotion that's been pent up, the nervousness of the Dukes.
And a coach takes a tumble on the sideline, hugging Jack Korzanowski. He forced the interception. It was tipped up into the air again. And David Locke with the concentration to haul it in and give the ball back to the Dukes. Wow.
Always first tip by number 22.
Big play after big play made by this group of 11, known as the Dukes defense, making their town proud and their coaches even prouder. And now with 10 minutes left, the Dukes have the ball again, and they are driving.
Looking to go up 2 scores.
On first down, quarterback power to the right side. Veza staying on his feet down the sideline, picks up an extra 4.
Number 9, Matt Veza
And this
on
is
the
why the
run.
Dukes have been ranked in the top 10 all season, or not all season, but for quite a long time, and are at number 4 right now. They're a great team with great resilience, well coached by Coach Fitzgerald, has done an amazing job, as we talked so many times about turning around this program and looking for sustained success for the Dukes, and has really done a great job. Today and all season, being able to keep this team within games, even if they're being outplayed like they were earlier in this half, be able to turn it around.
Now 2nd and 3 from the 21. Melvin to the left of Veza. 11 personnel. Read option. Veza's keeping it himself. Veza goes back to his right. Veza with space. And Veza into the end zone for another touchdown for the Dukes. Extending the lead in this 4th quarter. And the Dukes really putting up points on the board. Coming in clutch when it matters most. Another rushing touchdown for number 9. And they're an extra point away from a 14-point lead.
Duke's really pulling away here. What a job by them. I have no words at the greatness that is being shown on display by Fitz and the offense and the defense here today.
Backs up against the wall, down by 3 going into the 4th quarter.
36,
and the game just flips.
Number 82,
the switch was just flipped.
97, Seamus Wicklow is the long
It started with a defense with a safety.
24.
And then a huge run by Jake Million to give the lead back to the Dukes. Another interception on the first play of the following drive. And then just there, Matt Veza doing what he's done best these playoffs, run for a touchdown.
Yeah, what a job there. Really impressive. And that's why the Dukes, in my humble opinion, are the #1 defense in the state of Illinois and can be backed up by the numbers, allowing less than 100 points in 11 games this season. It's very impressive what they've done all year, not allowing more than 2 touchdowns in regulation by any opponent all year. They've been absolutely incredible, and today they've really shown out and really taken the game in their control, and that's why those turnovers and big plays are so integral to anything happening and momentum changing.
Now fielded with the 20 by Palatine. Tackled with the 26.
Number 5.
And all of a sudden, the Pirates, they're on their heels.
On the run, tackled by number 2, Jacob Young. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Pirates at the...
Fortunately for Palatine, Etler is familiar with throwing the football. They've aired it out quite a bit this afternoon.
Definitely.
So they won't need to change the game script at all.
Yeah, definitely. They've passed a lot and been really effective at it, so they're not going to have to worry about how are we going to be able to make sure time doesn't get wasted on our side of the ball.
But they're going to need to score in a hurry. Now it's Etler chased out, trying to just dump it off to Ball, but incomplete. Pressure all in his face.
Brings up a...
That's something the defensive coordinator of the Dukes can really use to their advantage, is it seems like here what has been extremely effective against Etler in this fourth quarter has been get pressure to him. With him being a junior and not having all that much experience, only starting about 7 games so far this year in his entire career, the pressure is getting to him and he's making not great decisions whenever it's there.
Etler backing up and throwing. Far sideline, that is caught. Oh, no, incomplete. Wow, nearly a huge catch, but ripped away at the very last second by number 17, Connor Dorner.
What a job there. Connor Dorner staying stride for stride with number 5 and then being able to take advantage of the opportunity. Nearly got mossed there, but was able to take advantage and make sure he gets his hands in there and make sure it's incomplete. Even though he was nearly embarrassed on that play. But a wonderful job by Connor Dorner there on the outside, getting his first real snaps as the Dukes are going 3 cornerbacks now with him and still keeping Jack Korzanowski and Reese Richardson on the field.
Huge 3rd down from the 27. Etler through the air again. That is caught by Branch. Branch running and pushed out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Number 10,
Jacob Young there on the coverage. He thought he could get around and undercut that route to get the interception. But a great job by Etler to lead it to the outside shoulder and keep it away from Young. That was a great pass by Etler and a good run after catch by number 10.
Let's get loud.
Famous PA announcer, Mr. Lytle, trying to get this crowd fired up. Etler to throw again. Pressure in his face. Fires on the far sideline. Broken up by number 22, Jack Korzanowski. Great coverage by him.
A great job there to turn around, find the ball, and get his hand in the way. And Etler throwing off the back foot, showing some decent arm talent there, being able to still throw a good ball, but good defense there to prevent anything major from happening.
Yeah, the difference in this second half, though, has been the offensive line for the Dukes and the defensive line getting a lot more pressure on Etler, really making him uncomfortable. And now that they have to throw these deep throws, that's become much more of an impact. Still looking for their first sack, but they're very close, getting in Etler's face on basically every throw. Now Etler's going to keep it on the ground. Tackled after a gain of 4. That's going to bring up a 3rd down at about 5.
Yeah, good play there good play call there by the Palatine coaching staff, being able to recognize the fact that they've been really pushing hard. The pass rushers on the defensive line has really been pushing hard to try and get to the quarterbacks and then use that to their advantage. Have Etler drop back, fake them, they're going to rush the passer, and it leaves something wide open there, and that's exactly how you want a QB draw to go. Maybe a little more yards would have been nice, but especially against the Dukes defense, it's so hard to get yards that is all you can ask for. A great job there. Great play calling job there by the Pirates offensive staff. So break on the field. We'll take a little break.
It's third down, Duke fans. Let's get loud.
Huge 3rd and 5. One of the biggest plays in this game. 8:48 remaining in this 4th quarter. This feels like a must-convert for Palatine.
Especially with how the Duke's offense has been able to run the ball on that Palatine defense in the second half. They really wore them out and now are taking advantage.
3rd and 5. Etler to throw. That is caught and secured by number 18, Ryan Donnelly. They've held him in check the majority of the game.
By number 18, Ryan Donnelly. He was tackled by number 17, Connor Dorner. First down,
good coverage
Pirates.
by Connor Dorner there as he was able to make sure that was to a minimum, but it's so hard in high school football to cover those out routes. None of these guys are NFL talent athletes to be able to have recover speed to where they can back off so much and break up that out route.
Now 1st and 10 from the 38. They give it back to Ball. Ball falling forward for a pretty good game. Tackled by number 15, Ashton Naraki.
Gain of 7 on the play. It's 2nd down. It's 4th quarter, Duke fans. Let's get loud.
Now a 2nd and 3 from the 31. Trip formation on the far sideline. Etler looking to throw, looking to his left, firing to the far sideline. That pass is intercepted by Reese Richardson. A 2nd turnover in this 4th quarter. The Dukes get the ball back with 7.5 minutes to go. The defense is playing out of its mind in this 4th quarter. And the Dukes are one step closer to victory in this dominant 4th quarter.
Richardson.
Oh my goodness, what a job there. And then getting the pressure to force Etler to throw off his back foot for the 5th time this drive. A wonderful job by that Dukes defense, and then converting on the flying or the lying duck that was that football. Great job by Reese Richardson on being able to get the field or turn the ball, force a turnover, and get back to this dominant Dukes offense so far in this 4th quarter.
And now the Dukes are in a position to do what they do best, and that's run the football and milk the clock. You got to imagine that Palatine's going to be stacking the box.
It's 2nd down for the Dukes.
And force Veza to throw the ball, hoping for an incompletion and a stoppage of the clock. 7 minutes to go. Palatine down 2 scores. And it is all Dukes right now.
Definitely some wishful thinking would be a huge play to spect, and as you see right there, there's no safety over the top, so a post route here would be amazing, but obviously you want to run the ball and milk the clock a little bit before you try and take a shot like that.
Does it on the right sideline, pushed out of bounds.
Number 9, Matt Veza on the run. He was pushed out of bounds by number 2, Josh Reeswig.
Good job by Palatine to force him out of bounds. That'll stop the clock at 6:45. Now a 3rd down and medium.
Duke's offense is probably going to go power run outside. My guess is going to be with Veza towards that Bagora-McAdoo side of the line, and they stack an extra rusher there because they know what's going to come.
And right on cue, that's exactly what happens. Fortunately, I guess I spoke too soon. It looked like he got the 1st down, and he does, actually.
Number 9, Matt Veza with the run. Ran for a
It was close,
down.
but the ref signaled to move the chains. And that's important because while the Dukes forced the turnover, they were in pretty poor field position, starting on their own 6. So they definitely wanted to give the offense some breathing room. And a 3-and-out would have forced punter Mason Ballfans into his own end zone, which is never a good thing. Fortunately, that's not a worry anymore.
Definitely, and now the Dukes have a little bit more free reign. As I was saying, there's no over-the-top safeties, and with the speed outside for the Dukes, that gives them an opportunity to blow the top off the defense, but they're going to try and milk this clock for everything they can.
Outside power to Veza.
By number 1, Rocco Paddock.
Now under
Brings
6 minutes to
down
play.
for the Dukes. Gain of about 3 on the play.
Duke's offense coming out here in a compact trips package.
Read option, Veza taking it up the middle and falling forward. A great job by him. Got tripped up, but shifting all his weight forward.
Thomas Hauser.
Pick up an extra 3 yards.
Gain of about 4 on the play.
To make it a very manageable 3rd and 3. That's what you want every time. And really taking a page out of the Army playbook. We don't need anything more than 4 yards per attempt. Because if you do the math on that one, 4 times 3 is 12, and that's more than 10. That's a first down every time. That's what the Dukes have been doing and really milking a lot of clock.
You see Palatine stacking the box that now. They're expecting a run. They're trying to counter it. See Filosa and Mayland on the near side of the screen. They're going to go back to the power run. Veza cutting upfield and
number 9, Matt Veza.
Getting pushed out of bounds. And a first down for York. Veza using a shiftiness to get upfield in limited space. And the drive continues.
And Veza is so good at that, and that's being patient and allowing blocks to set up so then he can use those cutback lanes whenever they come to, whenever they show themselves and come to fruition. He's able to take advantage of that all the time, and that's what he does best, especially on those power runs towards the sideline. It's done an amazing job for him and his ability to be able to be productive in the run game, and it's really impressive to watch him work.
Back to the ground is Melvin. Melvin on the big touchdown run earlier, making some noise on first down and moving the chains. And with under 4 minutes to go, you got to imagine that Palatine, their head coach, has to be deciding when to use those timeouts because the offense doesn't need the ball just once, they need it twice.
Especially, that's what I was just going to say, is that they need 2 scores here. It's not necessary. It's not just a 1-score game. It's a 2-score game. They need to convert on their opportunities twice, which I don't even know if they're going to have at the rate this Duke's offense has been able just to absolutely waste every single second this clock has left.
Here's the ball to Melvin.
Number
no gain there.
Brought down by number 22, J.D. Wardle.
You might have heard over the PA announcer, Veza has now eclipsed the 100-yard rushing mark. He has 134 on
IHSA regulations.
the day.
No fans are allowed on the field
impressive job by him in getting, I want to say, 120-something last week. I want to say it was 126 yards on the ground last week. So back-to-back performances like that, and then being efficient in the passing game, so then you keep the defense honest there and make sure they don't stack the box too much. And here they've been doing it, but it doesn't seem to matter as this offensive line has just been dominant for the Dukes on this last drive.
Quarterback power, it's Veza upfield into Palatine territory. Pushed out of bounds, but another first down means more time off the clock. And this Duke's student section getting more and more excited with each tick of the clock. And if you've noticed, the Duke
Township, they are leading 27-10 in the beginning of the 4th quarter. Lyons Township with the football, though, could try and make a difference, but to our knowledge right now, Loyola Academy has been doing really good and forcing Ryan Jackson and that whole crew over there down in LaGrange, not allowing them anything, and it's been great. And if the Dukes are able to pull this one out, they will play Loyola Academy next week here at York. But then if Palatine somehow has a miraculous comeback, then they will be traveling to go visit Loyola Academy out there in Wilmette.
Duke's defense trying to make one final stand and bring this game home. 156. They lead this one 24-10. Empty backfield for Palatine. Pressure off the edge. Etler backpedaling. Now rolling to his right. Everyone in his face now firing. And the pass is incomplete.
Incomplete pass intended for number 14. Pass was broken up by number 22.
There was a scary moment where Ashnaraki and Marquand Brewster run into each other when they were both trying to go get Etler. When Etler backs up and they run into each other, but Naraki's still able to get back up and get in his face and force what seemed like a guaranteed turnover, but a good job by the Palatine wide receivers to get that knocked down without getting into trouble into the wrong hands of the Dukes.
Everyone in the green is on their feet right now. Etler dropping back. Good protection. Now firing downfield. It is over the heads of everybody.
There's a flag on the field.
And a late flag.
14.
If that's pass interference, that's going to make quite a few people upset.
That, I think it will be a pass interference. I saw the side judge do the signal, which was pushing your arms straight out, and it looks like it will be on the Dukes. I don't know what for is there. It just looked like Matt Sutter stepped in front of the wide receiver.
First down
so
for the Pirates. 1st and 10.
you can hear the boo birds come from the
there
crowd.
we go.
The Duke fans not happy, but only 1 minute and 40 seconds, which is 10 times as many as points as they need. If you look at the number and not the number of seconds left.
Moving on. For another pass by Etler. They're going to blow this play
False
dead,
start.
however. And it is a false start. So a 15-yard penalty in favor of Palatine. Now a 5-yard penalty against Palatine.
False start.
Now 1st and 15
Against the
from the
Pirates.
30-yard line. Under 100 seconds to play. And the Dukes fans are starting to feel it here in Elmhurst.
Yeah, you can see all the students are now standing in front of the seats, ready to start celebrating with the players, but this game needs to finish first. You never know what's going to happen, especially when Palatine has shown earlier today with that pass to Branch that they can break away a huge play.
Now Etler to throw, chased out, firing downfield. It is over the head of the intended receiver.
For number 5.
Etler had some momentum and put all his force into that one. Would have been a huge game, but just out of reach. 2nd and 15 now.
Offensive line has not been giving Etler enough time to find these deep targets.
Now they're going to throw a screen pass to Dominic Ball. Ball trying to just get out of bounds, and he will. After a gain of 10, it'll be
number 7, Dominic Ball.
make it a 3rd and medium. So Palatine trying to change it up a little bit, not finding success at first with just the all-out deep passes.
It's 3rd down for the Pirates.
Trying to use the strength of Ball to their advantage.
3rd down, Duke fans. Let's get loud.
Duke's trying to finish off the Pirates here. Pirates have 2 attempts to get 5 yards.
Yeah, got to imagine it's 4-down territory. Etler to throw. It is over the head. Good pressure by Marquand Brewster and David Locke. Number 12 and number 6. Now it's 4th and 5. And the season for Palatine falls on this next play.
Great job to get around and have the awareness that you're not going to get there before the pass and get your hands up in the face. That forced Etler to loft the ball a little more than he probably wanted to, and then therefore going over the head of his receiver downfield, which would have been for a 1st down.
I can't hear you.
It is loud here at Clarence D. East Field. 4th and 5. Quick pass. Incomplete. No flags. The Dukes take over, and they're going to win this IHSA quarterfinal.
The Dukes, for the 3rd time in their history, are going to the state semifinal game. What a job here as they keep going, keep rolling, roll Dukes, and they are now going to be 12-0 as they not enough timeouts for Palatine, so the Dukes are just going to get in victory formation and kneel this game out and go to the semis against Loyola Academy, which will be here at York Stadium either Friday night at 7 or Saturday at 1 again.
And with that, Neil.
Victory formation, just like you said. Veza embracing his teammates. And the Dukes will be in the final 4 of 8A teams in this state playoff race. Just like you said, Josh, the likely opponent will be Loyola Academy. That game would be here at Clarence D. East Field. The weather was cold, the winds were strong, but this Dukes team was even stronger, especially in the fourth quarter, where they put up 17 unanswered points, and that is going to do it. The boys in green are storming the field, and they know that they will live to play another day next week. 24-10. The Dukes take the quarterfinal. They are moving on. Final seconds here. A tough way to end the season for Palatine. But nonetheless, a great season and a bright future ahead as well.
Definitely. So it looks like Palatine, after a couple of years of irrelevance in 2018 and 2019, they're back to being their dominant form. And they're going to be a team to watch in the future. And a great season for them, going 10-2. Really impressive all year. And they really put up a fight for 3 quarters this game. But then just that fourth quarter, the Dukes showed their prowess against teams like these, where Palatine was ranked number 17. That's going to be the 4th top 25 win, or 5th top 25 win for the Dukes. What a wonderful job by them, and they're going to be moving on, and rightfully so. This team has been historic all year, breaking all sorts of records and becoming one of the best teams here in Elmhurst's history. Is going to keep going and lives on to fight another day. We will see you all next weekend.
So with that, that will conclude the game and conclude the stream. Thank you to everybody on the YSN team. And thank you to all the listeners at home. Another great afternoon of York Dukes football with Joshua Melvin and the whole team. I am Gavin Connolly. Thank you to everybody, cameramen, TJ Silkaitis, Charlie Lieman, Connor Choi, the great Mr. Chambers, the even greater Jack Borchers,
the great
Jacob Ferraro.
The great Mr. Chambers, we want to thank him especially for having to drive one of those short white buses all the way down to St. Louis to get us from our journalism conference and bring us here, getting up at 4:45 in the morning and driving us all the way up here. We want to thank him for making this possible. We want to thank Dr. Bagdasarian for also making this possible and getting the rights to the stream from NFHS. And we want to thank all of you fans who've been clamoring for us to come back. We really appreciate the love you guys have shown, and we hope to see you again next weekend when the Dukes take on Loyola Academy.
Thank you all for listening. Final score, Dukes 24, Pirates 10. I am Gavin Connolly from York Sports Network. Have a great night, Dukes fans. Go Dukes.